Welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. It's day one of Open. So April 2023, opening our bodies, opening our hips, lengthening the spine. I have this deep idea of a certain texture of body that I want to create, and I don't quite know the movements we're going to do to create that. I just have this feeling of a place we're going to go in our bodies, which feels really juicy, very yummy, very strong and able. So strong and able hips as we open. If you're new to this yoga, well done. Congratulations, welcome. And some people commit to doing every single day. And then when they miss a day, they go, oh no, it's all gone. And so I'm just going to say it's not. So approach this yoga like Brennan's bread. So years ago in Ireland, there was this advert for Brennan's bread, and it was today's bread today. And so do the same thing with yoga. Do today's yoga today. So just turn up and do yoga today and find that moment in your day, find the time in your day that suits, and just do it. Don't try and keep up and think that you're falling behind. Just do today's class, and then you're up to date and you're on track. Okay? A little bit of movement every single day, use in many different directions, will keep us well and healthy for many, many years. If you haven't been doing my yoga before, go slowly, listen to your body. It's tracking the sense of okayness in your body that you do. It's tracking how you move, how you mind yourself in movements, how you're able in movements. Somebody just... Great. So come rest into a child's pose to begin, and then we shall start open. So welcome back, all of you. It's really lovely to be here. It's really lovely to have a few days off, and now it's nice to be back. So come. So child's pose to begin. So resting down, landing in. So as you breathe into your belly, as you allow the weight of your torso to sink into your hips, take a few deeper breaths. Really focusing on exhaling, lengthening. Nice. Notice in this moment where you feel well in your body, where there's a sense of okayness, a sense of comfort or ease. And it's not to say that there isn't things that are uncomfortable. It's that you're prioritizing feeling something that feels okay. A resource, a place of resource in your body in this moment. Nice. Come up onto your hands and knees and just begin by rolling your shoulders. So as you roll your shoulders, draw big circles down towards your hips, up towards your ears, and then begin to allow your spine to move to help the rolling of your shoulders. And then roll in the other direction. Really feeling that sense of rounding and arching. But the rolling of your shoulders is the priority. Now, keeping your spine still, just shrug your shoulders backwards and push your shoulders forwards. So I feel more like an elevator traveling forward and backwards as I do this. A feeling of smoothness, connection between my shoulder blades. I feel the squeeze of my shoulder blades together and then the widening and the opening of my shoulder blades apart. Nice. Tuck your toes under and then lift your knees off the floor and pull back into your downward dog. And now we're moving more into the feet and the legs, the spine, the opening of the armpits, the weight bearing into our feet and our hands. So just wiggle a bit, moving your hips, easing into it a little bit. So as always, if this is your first time doing a downward dog today, or this week, this year, they'll have different sensations. And so if you regularly practice downward dogs, then the wiggle feels really nice and soothing. If you haven't done a downward dog in a long time, the wiggle feels very creaky. Just feel that. Notice the texture of you based on how often you do a downward dog. They change as you move more, things change. Nice. Bring both knees to the floor. Rest your bum back into a child's pose again. Dropping your head down. And just breathe into the back of your body. Really landing in. Imagine that your bum can drop towards your heels a little bit more. That as you breathe, you push your belly into your thighs, but the movement moves backwards into the back of your ribs. Nice. And again, coming into your hands and knees, rounding your back, cat pose, arching your back, look forward. We're just connecting and moving, listening in. What does the arching feel like? What does the rounding feel like? You squeeze your bum more as you round, and you lift your chest and look forward as you arch. Slow the movement down a little bit, hearing your spine in this moment. So then we're going to do a coordination. So a coordination is where you squeeze the right hip and the right shoulder together, and then you squeeze the left hip and the left shoulder together. So now we're doing a sideways movement of the spine. My head is staying more or less between my two hands, and I'm squeezing left, and I'm squeezing right. Nice. And then imagine you can take those two movements and now make a big barrel out of your torso. So rounding backwards and then lean towards the right and then down and then lean towards the left. And now I'm just moving the deep of my torso in a big circle. How can you slow this down? And then circle in the other direction. Notice, is this as clear for you? This way is slightly more confused for me. Interesting. Nice. Tuck your toes under, lift your knees off the floor, walk your hands and your feet closer together, and just pause with your knees really bent and your belly on your thighs. Drop your head down. You can either have your hands on the floor. If that feels too heavy on your lower back, then just bring your elbows to your knees. Nice. And then just ever so gently straighten your legs a little bit and bend your knees. Straighten your legs a little bit. And so it's not about torturing your legs. It's about finding a way of becoming a little bit looser, a little bit juicier through the backs of your thighs. So that's a really small, slow movement. Lengthening, bend your knees. Lengthening, bend your knees. Elbows to your knees if they're not there already. Hands to your knees. And then come all the way up to stand. Standing tall, feel that in your body. Those aches and pains from our shoulders to our knees to our hips. Nice, just feel that. I had a head cold for a few days, so if I sound a little bit nasally, I'm really sorry. I'm trying. I might cough as well, so sorry about this. So great. So just come to the front of your mat, standing tall. We're going to do a sun salutation. So your feet are hip distance apart and they're flat on the floor. Reach your arms wide and then up towards the ceiling and look up towards the ceiling as you reach up. And then get really, really long and tall up towards the ceiling. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, roll forwards, hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands rest on the front of your shins. Straighten your arms as you arch your back and look forward. Just pausing there. Nice. Hands to the floor. Step the right foot back, coming into a lunge. Step the left foot back. Plank pose. Knees to the floor, belly to the floor. Nice. So without pushing into your hands, squeeze your bum, lift your toes, and then rise through your spine. But I'm not pushing into my hands. I'm just learning what my spine can do. How do I arch my spine? What are the muscles in my back able to do? Hands can float or hands can rest really lightly. Nice. Drop your head down, push back into your cat, all the way back into your downward dog. Creating length back through your hips and back through your legs. So you're going to step your right foot forward. So you can do that by either just swinging your right foot forward or drop your knees down, step your right foot forward, or rise up and step your right foot forward. Step forward, hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up, reach your arms wide, palms come together, palms come to rest in front of your chest. And again, reach your arms wide, palms come together, reaching up, looking up. Bend your elbows, bend your knees, roll forward, hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lift your chest and look forward. Hands to the floor, step your left foot back, lunge. Step your right foot back, plank. Knees to the floor, belly to the floor. Without pushing into your hands, lift your toes, squeeze your bum. Rise through your torso and imagine that you're looking down the beach. You know, you're like, oh, where's the ice cream van? And you have this sense of rising to see something. Nice. Push back into your cat. Push back into your downward dog. Leaning back into your legs. Breathing into your belly. Nice. Step your left foot forward. So you can drop your knees to the floor, help your left foot forward. Lengthen your back leg, step forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up and reach your arms wide, palms come together. Palms come to rest in front of your chest. Nice. So we're going to do another sun salutation. In this sense of open, we're going to warm up the body before we lie on the floor. So reach your arms wide, reaching up, looking up. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, come forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to knees. Hands to your shins, lift your chest and look forward. Hands to the floor, step your right foot back. Step your left foot back, pause. Knees to the floor, belly to the floor. Lengthen through your legs, lift your toes. Rise without pushing into your hands, try and look forward and out. Nice. Reverse backwards. All the way back, downward dog. Have a sense of length through your legs. Nice. Step your right foot forward between your two hands, whatever way you do that. Step forward with the left foot. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide, palms come together, and we'll do the other side. So bending your elbows, bending your knees, come forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lift your chest, look forward. Hands to the floor, step your left foot back. Step your right foot back. Knees to the floor, belly to the floor. Rising up, so squeeze your bum, lift your toes, draw your shoulders back. Hands are floating or light on the floor. Squeeze your elbows back, squeeze your shoulders back. Nice. Pushing back into your cat. Pushing back into your downward dog. Breathing, lengthening, connecting. Super. Step your left foot forward between your two hands. You're going to drop your knees to the floor perhaps. Step your left foot forward. Step your right foot forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide, palms come together. Palms come to rest in front of your chest. Nice. How cool. So come lie on the floor. Lie on your back. Knees are bent. Feet are flat on the floor. Allow your spine to land. Allow your spine to receive the support. Nice. And then sway your knees from left to right. And as I sway, I'm imagining that my thigh or the outside of my thigh can come down towards the floor. Maybe it's just my calf that touches the floor. Maybe I don't touch the floor at all as I rock from side to side. Just notice that for you. Super. Bring your arms wide. Drop your knees down towards the left. And then draw your right knee up in the direction of your left shoulder. So gliders. And then slide your foot back, both feet to the floor. And then the other side. Glide the left knee up in the direction of the right shoulder. So just glide one knee over towards the opposite shoulder. The other knee over towards the opposite shoulder. So it's a bit like dropping your knees from side to side, but then you lift the top leg and you draw your knee up towards your shoulder. Right, one more time each side. Nice. Cool. Come back to center. Squeeze both knees up onto your chest. And just pause there, feeling into the spine, the knees, the hips. See if you can sink deeply backwards into the back of your body. Feeling the back of your head, the back of your shoulders, the length of your spine. And just check in and get a sense of your body in this moment. As I squeeze my knees towards my chest, what's the sense of my body in this moment? Nice. Keep holding on to the right leg and lengthen the left leg long so it floats just above the floor. Squeeze the right knee deeper down towards you. And then ever so gently bend your left knee just a little bit and then straighten into the left leg. Just a small bend and then a reach. You're just checking out how bouncy or how elastic is the reach of my left leg. Boing. Just feel that. Can you bend your knee and then lengthen and feel like it's got an elastic quality to it, a lengthening quality, a bouncy quality as you lengthen and bend. Nice. Try the other side. Squeeze the left knee up towards you, lengthen long into the right leg, and just check that out. Bend your knee a little bit. Long. Well, kind of elastic or a rebound or a sense of return can you feel in your leg? There's always something that returns you to the shape that you are, something that recoils. So, can you feel the recoil in your leg that as you surge down, you come back? Down, you come back. Nice. Cool. Bring both feet to the floor. Pause for a moment. Nice. And then roll up and down along your spine. So feel the moment where you hear the front of your thighs lengthening. So where do you feel the front lengthening and then return from that place? Maybe you lean a little bit into that feeling of lengthening of the front of your thighs. So as always, in the beginning, the first week of a month, we lay down the principles or the intentions or the movements that will bring us through. So this recoil or this rebound is going to be something we're going to work with. Before we did something similar with the tea towel feeling in our bodies. So it could be a recoil, or it can be that the feeling is that you've squeezed the tea towel as deeply as it can go, and then you let it unravel and unwind. Just feel that traveling up, feel the squeeze, and then the return. Next time you travel up, pause. So we're pausing at the squeeziest part of the tea towel feeling. So you have this sense of feet are strong, front of your thighs are lengthening, bum is squeezing, and lean a little bit more into the squeeze of it. Shoulders are well, neck is really healthy. Nice. And then just lower halfway down. Notice that that intensity has lessened, and then push back up again. Feel the intensity of the squeeze. Reduce it halfway down, and then rise back up. Release a little bit. Back up. One more time. Halfway down and traveling up. Nice. Lower your bum all the way to the floor. Sway your knees from side to side. Nice. And then just pause. You can either stretch your legs out long, you can bring the soles of your feet together, you can pause in a twist. Wherever you are, can you track the sensations of what's happening in your body? Are there places that feel like they're lengthening? Are there places that feel like they're resting? Are there places that feel like they're contracted and tight? So if we can feel things, we can heal things. If we can feel it, we can move it. So we're learning how to feel deeper into the places in our body that hold. And we're learning a language about how to interact with that tightness and get it moving and more elastic. Just pause. Settle. So just stay there. So the importance of this practice, it isn't the once-off class, it's the continuity of the classes. It's turning up and moving every day. And so as we move every day, the practice begins to build on itself. That always moving forward, deepening into the connections of our body. Main thing is do no harm. So nothing that you do today should stop you practicing tomorrow. So stay in your wellness, because tomorrow's class is more important than anything that you want to do today, okay? Because turning up again tomorrow means that there's this continuity, this continuation, this process. So I shall see you all tomorrow. Nice beginning of open. Thanks for joining me. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday, so it's a Sunday yum. We'll be all on the floor. Sunday, we're always on the floor. So nice. Thanks for joining me. And ciao.